This page right here is my whole YouTube script. Literally just these 6 or 7 lines. And I'm going to go through each of these bullet points that I've written down here, and hopefully by the end of the video you'll understand why this is the best script that you can use for your educational content when making YouTube videos or any social media for that matter. So the first point I've got written down here is obviously the minimal scripting aspect of this. A lot of people, especially when making educational content or trying to start a business, for example, they script way too much. Now, think about all the best kind of like professors, or if you watched like a lecture on YouTube or online, or maybe your favorite YouTubers, maybe the people that create content that inspire you to, make YouTube or make money or whatever field you're in, the people that have inspired you. How weird would it be if they had like the full script written out and they just read it word for word off a piece of paper or off their computer? It would be pretty weird, right? And it would sound like robotic. It wouldn't sound human like. The best YouTubers from my research and the people who have mentored me have said the exact same thing, and these guys are, mega, mega superstars on YouTube. They've all said that the best YouTube videos come from the heart, and they come from just kind of being in a flow state, in the state that I'm right now. I don't have any of this written down on my paper. I'm literally just speaking from the heart, from my mind, basing it off these kind of bullet points. And that's exactly what these elite YouTubers do. You think that all the top guys in business and, the finance side of YouTube and the fitness side of YouTube, they just have so much knowledge and wisdom that they can afford to just write one little bullet point, and essentially that is their script done, and the rest comes from the heart, comes from the mind, comes from the stories and the experiences that they've had in real life. But like I said, just writing one bullet point and then, riffing off of that is the best way to make educational content, because not only as a viewer you can tell like the vibes and the energy, and your subconscious mind knows, okay, this guy knows exactly what he's talking about, it's coming from the heart, and he's not, just having a robotic script written down that ChatGPT could have come up with. This guy has actually done his research, he has his credibility, and he speaks from the heart, and it's a lot more human like. It's a lot more easier to connect with the viewer. And again, with AI and all these different ChatGPT technologies, it's getting much more important to be authentic and to be able to speak to people and to be able to have that human connection is something that is going to start to decline in the future years. And that can be a separate point in itself, the fact that authenticity is just becoming more and more important every single day. And when you script educational videos word for word, again, they sound robotic, they sound like they could be written by anyone. But when you actually write, just a couple of bullet points, use your own experiences and your own story, the viewer is going to watch that video and think, okay, this guy's legit, this guy knows what he's talking about, he's obviously had some experience within this field. It's worth listening to this guy's authentic, I like this guy, I can connect with him as a human, and I can, on a level relate to him, and what he says to me resonates a lot more. And this is because your script is minimal, and you can speak from the heart, and you can speak from the mind, and speak from your own experiences rather than just blurting out, things that you've copied from other people online, or that other people have said online, just copying exactly what they say. It actually comes from the heart. It comes from what you have actually experienced, and this gives a really nice twist to your educational videos, and it gives, a really nice aspect of authenticity to come along with that. And that's why minimal scripting is extremely important. Now, that was the first point, minimal scripting. If you want more points like this, I'm going to go through a couple more in this video, but if you want an in-depth guide on how to become an educational content creator and monetize that, then you can click the top link in the description. It'll take you to my program and I'll walk you through the whole thing. But step number 2 is to, again, speak from the heart. Now, I want to go into a little bit more detail. We've talked about the minimal scripting, just writing a couple of bullet points. I showed you this notebook in front of me right now at the start of the video. But speaking from the heart is extremely captivating, because the most captivating YouTubers speak from the heart because they speak in stories. They say, this happened to me when I was 16. For example, I was 16 and I was getting bullied for my weight, and that's why I went on this incredible body transformation, and look at the shape I'm in now. that's what sparked it, and that's charismatic. That's what people want to hear. They want to hear relatable stories. Or my family were broke growing up, and my dad left the house, so I had to make this money to provide for my mum and my sister and my brother, etc., etc. People love these sort of stories. And in the top guys that make educational content, you look at Iman Gadzhi. He always talks about the fact that his father left and he needed to make money doing this and that and that. You look at First Man, and he always says, he lost his hair and his best friend at the age of 18, and that's why he needed to do a full body transformation. All the top guys, they all have these stories, and when you're just scripting videos, you can't share these stories with people. And it removes this, authentic side of you, that speaking from the heart and just speaking off the top of your brain and using the wisdom that you've learned within the week or within the month or within the year even, just adds this extra element. And it's a mistake that I see a lot of guys making. They're trying to be like someone else. They're trying to be like that top creator in that niche. And, they're using their videos and basically putting it into ChatGPT or just spinning it a little bit, but regurgitating the exact same information. And that's what will happen when you make a script for your educational videos too in-depth. But when you leave it minimal, it not only does it have to be authentic and come from the heart, but it'll also improve your speaking skills, so that every video therefore onwards are going to get that little bit better. And when you run your community and go through the business model that I talk about, you're going to get more views, more comments, more likes. People are going to relate to you more. They're more likely to buy your product. They're more likely to stay within your community. All these good, nice things happen when you start to be authentic and speak from the heart, use stories, use real life examples, talk about your failures, talk about your successes. It all comes down to minimal scripting and speaking from the heart. Now, they were the first 2 points: minimal scripting and speaking from the heart. And the third point is, and it relates to the first 2 points of minimal scripting and speaking from the heart, is to improve your speaking skills. Now, I spoke about that a little bit in point 2, but all the best educational content creators, no matter what niche they're in, they all have incredible speaking skills, whether it's the tone of the voice, the accent that they have, the way that they speak, their persuasion skills. All this falls under the bracket of good speaking skills. And when you script your videos, and I know this from experience, when you script your videos, like these faceless YouTube guys do, they just have a script in front of them, they speak it word for word, and then they put like videos or images over the top. When you do that, it removes the skill. It removes the skill of speaking. And these guys never, ever do well when it comes to education, because I don't know about you, but a lot of people want to be educated by a human. They don't really want to be educated by a robot or by AI. They want to have that human connection. The favorite lessons that you had in school was probably because it was your favorite teacher. Or if you've been to university, your favorite lecturer was the one that you spoke to the most. It's because you have this human interaction and this human connection. And if you can slightly get a little bit better every single time you record a YouTube video, you'll eventually become charismatic and you'll be able to captivate people just with your speaking skills. Now, if you just script in every video, then number one, it's going to, sound a bit cringe, and, like I spoke about, you're not going to be authentic and all that sort of stuff. But number two, you're not actually improving the skill. So if you ever come to the point where you can't save yourself with editing or a script, then you're going to be in the mud. You're going to be dead in the water because you haven't developed that skill over time. It's like learning to drive a car without doing, the manual training. You just do an automatic training, and that's fine if you're planning on driving a car that's automatic. But as soon as you jump in a car that's manual and it has all the gears, you don't know what to do. That's why the best option is to learn in a manual car, because then you can drive manuals and automatics. Whereas if you learn in just an automatic car, you don't know how to do the manual. You're cutting your point off. You're not reaching your full potential. And, that metaphor of driving a car is exactly what we've got going on here. Okay, fine. If you want to script your videos, that's fine. But you'll only then be able to make videos that are fully scripted. Whereas me, for example, and you, hopefully after this video, when you do minimal scripting and improve your speaking skills and the way that you speak and how charismatic you are, then you can make videos that are unscripted, but then you can also make a video that's scripted. So you're well ahead of your competitors who only know how to make scripted videos, and you're developing your own skills. So if you need to go into sales, or you pivot your business, or whatever the situation is, you're just a better human overall because of it. So like I said at the start of the video, my script is literally 3 bullet points, my introduction, and my title. And I'm going to quickly go over why I scripted like this and why you should as well, apart from the points that I just mentioned, of course. Firstly, the title. The title is very, very important. I believe these days, especially on YouTube, the title is more important than the thumbnail because, in my experience, I personally use YouTube only to watch educational content. I won't watch any sort of entertainment content, but I'm much more captivated by the title. Like the thumbnail can just be a thumbnail like mine here where it's just me sat. But if the title is something captivating and something that I want to learn or a question that I've been asking myself recently, I'm going to watch that video. Whereas if the thumbnail is really captivating but then the title is totally unrelatable or something that I just don't care about, or a cringy title that's like best $10,000 a month business model or 5 tips for NoFap. You know what I mean? These cliche, cringy titles that have been overdone to the max. If it's one of those titles, I'm just simply not going to watch the video. Whereas if the title is really captivating, the thumbnail can be whatever it wants, and I'm going to watch that video. So I think that titles these days especially might even be more important, or at least just as important as a thumbnail. And plus, when I write the title down, it keeps me on topic. It keeps me from, waffling into space. I like to have the title in front of me, how to script educational YouTube videos for the best results, so that I know, okay, keep on the topic of scripting, because I could easily talk about editing styles. I could easily talk about, different types of thumbnails. I could easily talk about productivity tips or this business idea or this concept, but I want to stay on track on the one concept of how to specifically script the videos. Next, I've got the introduction written down, and here on my piece of paper, I'm doing it raw, I'm doing it honest in front of you. I literally have introduction, colon, show paper, and say this is the script. And that's exactly what I did in the introduction. And the introduction is very important because not only does it confirm the viewer, okay, this is actually what I want to watch, and straight away you've got to be like, okay, this is what you came here to watch, this is what I'm going to show you. You confirm the expectations of the viewer straight away, and it also shows, a bit about what this video is going to be for, but it's more so just for confirming the expectations of the viewer. If the viewer expects to learn how to script a YouTube video, by me showing my script, it automatically straight away on 0000 timestamp shows, okay, this guy's already shown me his script. I know this video is going to be about YouTube scripts, and that's what the introduction is for. So I write the introduction either in full, like the sentence I'm going to say, or I write like the action I'm going to take, or the statistic I say, or whatever the introduction is. I usually write it full on my sheet of paper, and then it's just the bullet points. So the minimal scripting, the speaking from the heart, and the improving speaking skills. They're the 3 bullet points I've got down. They're the 3 important things when it comes to scripting educational content, and I just riff from that. I haven't scripted this whole video. It's just from my mind, from what I talk to, the people I coach in my school community about, from what I talk to, other business guys about day to day, and my experiences, what I've learned. I just speak from what I know, from what I've learned over the years of being on YouTube and starting a business. I just speak from the heart. I speak from the mind, and having these 3 bullet points, it just helps me kind of stay on track again. It's just make sure I'm hitting these 3 bullet points. These are the 3 key things. But apart from that, just waffle, just go on a tangent, say whatever comes to the mind and the heart. And you can obviously see, if you were to look back at my old YouTube videos, my speaking skills have come a long way. I'm still not perfect, but I'd like to think that I'm getting a little bit better every single time I record a video. And eventually, if you keep on this track, you're just going to keep on getting better and better and better. You're going to be able to sell more of your product. You're going to be more charismatic. You're going to get more viewers, more comments, more people coming back to the videos, and all that type of good stuff. Now, like I spoke about a little bit in this video, a little bit of a plug, if you do want to know exactly how to become an educational content creator and then how to make money using this educational content, I will teach you exactly how to do that. I've already taught a few guys in the past, and now I've started to open it out to more people who are interested in this concept, in this business model, one of the easiest, most fruitful business models that has ever existed. There has never been a business model as easy as this to make money in. So it's time to capitalize on it now. If you want to know how to become a YouTuber, or my productivity tips, how to get views on YouTube, how to grow a YouTube channel, what type of videos you should be making, what niche you should be in, or my recording software, how I set up the video, or my framing techniques, and then make money from that. How all the business principles you need to know, how to sell, how to be persuasive, how to become a better speaker, and then the delivery as well, how to actually keep people in your community and paying you every single month on repeat, with probably about 5 to 10 hours of work every single month, exactly like my friend Luke did, who now makes thousands of dollars every single month from this exact business model, doing hardly any work every week. He's told me I have his word that he hardly does work on this type of business, and it makes him thousands every single month. There hasn't been an easier business model in the whole human history. So if you want to learn exactly how to do that business model, then again, top link in the description. I'll walk you through it. I'll review your YouTube videos. I'll review your business. I'll set everything up for you. Simple, easy as that.